Okay. So yeah, uh, I was chilling at Cass County Memorial Hospital, and there they asked me questions like, "Why were you depressed? Why were you suicidal?" Stuff like that. And besides from the really obvious, there wasn't much to say, I guess. And at the time, I was just pissed. I guess I hated everything. I hated my life, the people, everything. And I was just given really smart ass answers like, you can't argue with all the fools in the world. Um, I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. Da 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 da. And of course that was just a total lie. Um, yeah, I lived there for about 5 days. On the third day, they started me on my first med ever, Prozac, um, 10 milligrams. Not much, but when you first start it, very first med ever, that shit will zombify you. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, after living there for about 5 days, there was a court order saying I had to go to a place called Quakerdale Shelter. That's located in Manning, Iowa. Um, yeah, I went there. It was really nice, good family setting. They made you go to church, and yeah, the people were friendly, the staff was kind, uh, rules weren't too difficult. Um, the teachers, the teachers were different. I lost points in the classroom because I was socially awkward. Apparently, that's not acceptable. So watch out. Watch out if you're socially awkward when you go there. Just saying, people. Okay. um. Yeah, I was there for about 2.5 months. My worker was Jane Lowe. My guardian ad litem was Karen Mainlander. Uh, my aunt would come up and visit sometimes. She wasn't very helpful. Um, always yelled, shit like that. Um, yeah. After staying there for about 2.5 months, they decided to send me to PMIC, or Psychiatric Mental Institute for Children. Um, you know, so I could actually get treatment and whatnot. And yeah, I went there. My first day, I got to watch a kid put his head through a window. That's a nice welcome present. Like, oh hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not like gonna murder you in my sleep or anything. Uh, well, in your sleep, I guess he'd have to be awake to murder me. Okay, yeah. The rules there, it was a lot more structured than a shelter. You had therapy um, every day. Uh, the kids you lived with came from all backgrounds, stuff like that. You had your really angry kids. You had your stoners that had no reason to be there. You had your people whose parents just stuck them in there with a whole bunch of rumors and stuff. You had your depressed kids like me. Yeah, you had your schizophrenics. Um, you had those that were just struggling with stuff. The girls were normally struggling with rape. Um, that was never fun. Those kind of stories always pissed me off because it was like, you people are really nasty. Um, yeah, there was one kid there. His name was Eric something or other. I don't know. Little Guatemalan kid. You wouldn't expect much. He was maybe 4'6", maybe. Weighed a whopping like 70 pounds, soaking wet. And no, whenever this kid got mad, which was quite a bit, he'd punch himself in the nose. He'd just sit there and keep doing it and doing it until he bled. And at B&G, they had this room called the seclusion room. And it was this white room with a heavy duty metal door on it with iron slide box. And they'd throw you in there if you were misbehaving, man. And he got thrown in one time. And I remember this because it was like 5 in the morning, and I walked out and walked down the hall, to see what was going on. And he'd been put into the seclusion room, and he'd given himself a bloody nose and had created apparently this like giant mess of blood on the floor. And he sat there and put his hands in it, and he was just playing and playing with it. And right as I walked by, he put his hands right underneath the seclusion room door, and we're just messing with him like this. And yeah, it wasn't a very fun sight. My therapist really liked me. She said I'm doing really good. I should only be there for about 3 months. It turned into a year because my worker wouldn't do anything, and I got switched workers halfway between from Jane Lowe to um, an APLA worker, um, Aline Lanzarakis. APLA workers are like for children that are going to get adopted or put in foster care, stuff like that. Um, yeah, uh, from B&G, I got put into foster care. My foster mother was Nikki Schaefer. She lived in Mapleton, Iowa. So I got moved from B&G to Sioux City to Mapleton, not too far. But this all started off with me being in Perry, Iowa, over by Des Moines. I get moved to the other side of the state. And from there, I um, lived there for about the entire summer. Nikki Schaefer wasn't like how she presented herself the first time. The first time she presented herself as a very nice, loving family woman and stuff. She lied through her teeth, though. She made all these promises and couldn't keep a single one. Uh, Apparently, I was a very problematic child there. Um, you know, very destructive. I was a devil worshiper there. If y'all got knew me and everything, you'd be like, doesn't seem like him. Destructive, at times. Um, and that's only with like random crap like, oh hey, no one needs this, you know. Um, yeah, she found out that I wasn't gonna be there long term, like everyone else that was there. Um, I had somewhere to go to, whereas those other kids didn't, and everything. I was a threat because I could actually go say how she was and everything, and I'd be just fine. It'd be her reputation though that got damaged, and I could go live somewhere else, and there'd be less money in her pocket. Um, so yeah, she said a lot of rather nasty lies about me, and the cops had to get involved. And I'm still pending on the charges and everything for something I didn't even do, but that doesn't matter apparently. It's my word against hers, and her being the good foster mother and me being the bad child that had to be put into placement and everything. She must be right and everything. And yeah, I got moved to the Crittenden Center shelter, another shelter. Now, those are about 30-day facilities, give or take. A little less, a little longer sometimes. I was there for 8 months. I just got out as of May 2nd, actually. Or May 1st, sorry. Um, yeah, that was a really bad shelter. It wasn't like Quakerdale. Quakerdale, all your kids were at least 13, every single one of them. At the shelter, we'd get kids ranging from newborns to nearly 18. Um, I've seen so many meth babies come in. I've seen abused children come in. I've seen neglected children. One time there was this little kid there named Caesar, and he was only like 2.5 or something. And he was my little buddy and everything. He'd been found wandering around by a fairway by himself, and no one knew who he was or anything, so they called the cops, and the cops brought him there. And yeah, the day he left, I was feeding him peaches, man. I mean, you got nothing better to do but get along with the people, see how it goes. The food there, like at B&G and everything, was just school food. Imagine that. Your breakfast, lunch, supper, just school food. All it is. It's not very fun. Um, yeah. Um, I'll be keeping you guys updated on everything. I'll share some more stories and stuff. See if I can't get some of my friends online. Show you some other stories, just not mine. I bye.